This is ABC 7 News at 5. Your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Good evening, I'm Haley Wilkes.
And I'm Scott Dennis. Thanks so much for joining us tonight.
Donald Trump is the new president-elect, and today we're hearing reaction for the first time from Hillary Clinton as she gives her concession speech.
President Obama addressing the country as well, emphasizing the importance of a transition. Lauren Lister joins us in Washington.
Good evening. President Obama saying today at the White House that he spoke with Donald Trump on the phone early this morning, as did Hillary Clinton, the first female presidential nominee from a major party, conceding to the first president-elect without either prior military or political experience. It comes after a dramatic upset, getting major reactions today. This morning, Hillary Clinton facing the nation after her shocking loss.
This is painful, and it will be for a long time.
Emotional at moments, Clinton now urging supporters to move forward.
Donald Trump is going to be our president. We owe him an open mind and the chance to lead.
And President Obama aiming to unify the country behind the new president-elect.
We are now all rooting for his success. The peaceful transition of power is one of the hallmarks of our democracy.
Emphasizing the bigger picture.
Everybody is sad when their side loses an election. We have to remember that we're actually all on one team. The presidency and the vice presidency is bigger than any of us.
Donald Trump overnight capturing the presidency in an historic and stunning victory, grabbing key battleground states and even taking traditional Democratic strongholds from Clinton, who polls had leading going into Election Day.
Ours was not a campaign, but rather an incredible and great movement.
The triumphant Trump delivering an acceptance speech overnight before ecstatic supporters of that movement, speaking to the whole country.
I promise you that I will not let you down. We will do a great job.
Republican leaders reacting.
Let me just say, this is the most incredible political feat I have seen in my lifetime.
Trump will lead with a House and Senate controlled by Republicans, and tomorrow he'll meet with President Obama here in Washington at the White House. Live on Capitol Hill, I'm Lauren Lister, ABC News. Now back to you.
All right, Lauren, thank you. While Donald Trump celebrates his victory in the presidential race, people here on the Suncoast are wondering if he can take the economy to the next level. ABC 7's Dwayne Lindo joins us live from the Robert L. Taylor Community Center in Sarasota with some of their concerns. Dwayne?
Well, Scott, that's exactly what people are asking. That's the question people are asking. But more specifically, will his economy be more conducive in creating jobs? There was a career source job fair this morning, and many of the folks I spoke with today say the lack of jobs is one of their main concerns. During a career source job fair Wednesday, one job seeker still digesting the outcome of Trump's shocking win.
I feel very disturbed about it. Let's look at his own perspective on jobs, okay? He screws over the small guy to make a profit with his businesses.
But the military veteran recruiter at the job fair is optimistic.
With the right oversight and the right direction, he's going to do well. I think that the economy will stabilize and the markets will follow suit as well, and there'll be a lot more jobs opening up for veterans.
Author Mark Weston wrote a book on presidential races. He notes it's the 5th time in history a candidate won the popular vote, but lost the election. He says if Trump keeps his campaign promises, the economy may go into a tailspin.
He says he wants to negotiate better trade deals, but how are you going to do that? It was negotiated in the first place. You're just going to go to the foreign country and say, we don't like this deal, give us a new deal? I mean, maybe you can get one small concession here, one small concession there. They're not going to just bow to him and give him what he wants.
Weston does admit if Trump can govern pragmatically, he can do well. But as far as jobs are concerned, Weston says Trump needs to dig deep into the root of the problem.
People don't lose their jobs to Mexican immigrants. They lose their jobs to silicon chips. We are manufacturing twice as much as we were in the 1980s with only 1/3 as many people. This is the problem.
And although Trump wasn't this job seeker's choice, he's looking for all involved in the process to tackle unemployment as well as other problems.
You know, if we are going to really respect the United States and everything that our forefathers have said, we don't need to move out of the country. What we need to do is stay in this country and fix whatever the heck is going on there.
Now, in regards to the job fair, the director told us that a few veterans received conditional offers, as well as a couple of second interviews. Reporting live from the Robert L. Taylor Center, Dwayne Lindo, your Suncoast News.
All right, Dwayne, thank you so much. Well, Wall Street welcomed President-elect Donald Trump by avoiding the crash that many had feared.
ABC 7 business commentator Richard Stern is joining us now with how the markets are responding. Richard.
Well, I've only been in the investment business for a little over 40 years, so I confess I've not really seen what we've gone through in the last 24 hours. I certainly was in the business in 1987 when the stock market crashed to the tune of 22% in one day. I was here on 9/11 when not only the tragedies of 9/11, but Wall Street was closed for an entire week. I do remember 2008 when Lehman Brothers went broke, when banks scrambled to stay alive, and obviously the mortgage crisis that was around. All of those things pale compared to what we've seen in the last 24 hours. If you were up about 1 o'clock this morning, you probably saw that the futures on Wall Street indicated the Dow Jones Industrial Average would open with a loss of 800 points. Well, surprise, surprise. Hardly the case when all was said and done today. How about a gain of 256 points? Let's take a look at the numbers. There you see the Dow up 256.95, 1.4% on very heavy volume, 944 million shares, closing at 18,589.69. The NASDAQ for the day up 57.5 points, 1.1%, closing at 5,251.07. That again on heavy volume of 2,117,000,000 shares. And the S&P 500 up almost 24 points, also 1.1%, closing at 2,163.26. Well, I just said the S&P was up 1.1% for the day, and wanted to check and see how that compared with the day after Election Day in the elections that we remember. Well, how about 2012, when Barack Obama was elected for the second time? The day after elections, the S&P was down by 2.4%. Remember, up 1.1% today. In 2008, when President Obama was elected the first time, guess what? The S&P was down by more than 5%. When George W. Bush was elected in 2004, the S&P was up by 1.1%, exactly what we saw today. And when George 43 was elected the first time, down by 1.6%. So I have to say, going all the way back to the year 2000, today ties the best return we've ever seen on Wall Street on the day after Election Day.
And Richard, what about expectations for tomorrow and going forward?
Well, Haley, I wish I were that smart. I guess I will tell you that, shocking as it may be, after being 9 days in a row on the downside on the S&P, we're only 47 points away from an all-time record high for the Dow Jones Industrial Average. So I guess we've pretty much seen it all.
We definitely have, just like, as you mentioned, in that 24-hour span. What a change.
Exactly right.
Thank you, Richard.
You're welcome.
Well, many familiar names and faces will continue to represent Floridians in Washington. Senator Marco Rubio, re-elected to another 6 years in the U.S. Senate. The Republican senator won 52% of the vote, beating Democrat and U.S. Representative Patrick Murphy, who received 44%. Speaking last night in Miami, Rubio says he hopes he can set a better example in Washington and that the country can now come together. Longtime Suncoast Congressman Vern Buchanan is re-elected to another 2-year term. He will continue to represent Florida's 16th district in the U.S. House, which includes areas of Sarasota and Manatee counties. Buchanan defeating Democrat Jan Schneider with 60% of the vote. Buchanan was first elected in 2007 and will now serve his 6th term in Washington.
And another local race to represent Sarasota County in Washington decided last night. Incumbent Republican Representative Tom Rooney winning re-election in the District 17 seat. That district includes all of Sarasota County south of Clark Road. Rooney defeated Democrat April Freeman and third-party candidate John Sawyer III.
And we have a lot more election results to national, state, and local races on our website. If you missed one of them, go to mysuncoast.com and just click on the election tab.
And now for a check on our forecast, let's head over to Bob.
Well, clouds have been on the increase throughout the afternoon. It's associated with, yes, a cold front. A cold front is going to move through. Looks like tomorrow morning, mainly still some clouds hanging around and then clearing out later on in the day. But you can see 77 degrees right now, dew point at 60 degrees. Winds out of the west-northwest at 9 miles an hour. The pressure holding steady now, 30.01 inches. And as far as the rain forecast goes, we can see a few brief showers, maybe a sprinkle here and there, scattered about. Not everyone's going to get the rain. You can see that rainfall is kind of weakening as it pushes toward the coastline right now, indicating not much lift with this front. And as far as the showers go, you can see some sprinkles down near Osprey and Nokomis and also offshore, about 20 miles offshore of Sarasota. The satellite imagery showing some clouds around. As I mentioned, those clouds will stick around throughout the morning hours, and eventually some clearing skies will take place tomorrow afternoon. We'll have more on this cold front coming up in just a few minutes. Back to you.
Thank you, Bob. Sarasota Memorial Hospital takes a big step in opening its new facility in the Newtown community. SMH broke ground today on the new internal medicine practice. It will go up on Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Way in an area where medical services are greatly needed. The center will offer physicals, exams, and vaccinations. Those with diabetes, high blood pressure, lupus, and other diseases will also be able to get treatment.
Access to health care, something that is vital to any community. Healthcare, safety, and its welfare. Without healthy citizens, we don't have a community.
The practice is expected to open next July with 13 resident physicians and supervising Sarasota Memorial physicians. The office will not be a walk-in clinic.
Crews are making some fast progress on construction of a new hotel in Nokomis. The new Hilton Homes to Suites is being built on Albee Road West. Once completed, it will have 100 rooms. A $12 million project was originally planned to open this month, but is now slated to open early next year. Sarasota County may finally be getting into the food truck craze. County commissioners unanimously voting this week to relax some of the regulations that once limited area food trucks. Prior to this vote, food trucks were only allowed after getting a permit for a specific location. But this new ordinance will allow a permitted food truck to go to any location as long as it is zoned for food trucks.
Because now we have a wider variety of places that we can go. We can start serving more people, and not just at markets. Markets are amazing, don't get me wrong, but now we can go to office buildings and take care of them too.
Food trucks are also now allowed to set up on private property as long as they are not within 150 feet of a residential structure. Still to come in your Suncoast News, the future of higher education on the Suncoast, how the State College of Florida plans to adapt to accommodate future generations of students.
And ABC 7 Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan will be back with your full weather forecast. Plus, does having kids take years off your life? How giving birth possibly affects aging? That's coming up in Health Smart.
It's the Crystal Classic International Sand Sculpting Festival on Siesta Beach, November 11th through 15th, with 24 of the world's best sand sculptors. Bring the family for new hands-on kids activities, live music, food, sand sculpting lessons, and more. See SiestaKeyCrystalClassic.com for details.
Are you considering joint replacement or revision surgery? Consider this. Dr. Edward Stolarski has performed thousands of successful joint replacement procedures and trained surgeons from all over the world. Using advanced technologies, Dr. Stolarski is able to perform some of the most complex surgeries.
I wish I knew about Dr. Stolarski much sooner.
After the surgery, I don't have any pain. It's like I've got a 16-year-old hip.
My name's Ed Stolarski. What I really do is I give people back their life.
Schedule a consultation today.
You only have one life. Are you gambling with it? 1 in 3 adults have high blood pressure. Not knowing your numbers could cause you to lose, big time. Luckily, you can turn the odds in your favor by getting your blood pressure checked today. Don't leave your health to chance. Learn more at heart.org/HPV.
Is your old garage door stuck or broken? Would a new one give you a lift? Let Precision Door Overhead Garage Door Service of Sarasota come to the rescue with prompt and affordable repair service. Replacement doors come with an array of styles and colors, and they are rated to meet and exceed Florida standards. From estimates to installation, your satisfaction is our priority. If you're not 100% satisfied with any product, service, or installation, we will make it right, because Precision Door Service is a name you can trust.
Christmas Traditions by Lux Art Silks, where more is merrier. Make your holidays sparkle with style. Browse our amazing showroom, cute collectible cottages, and beautiful Christmas displays. Find the inspiration, selection, and quality you need to deck the halls merry and bright. Christmas Traditions also features the area's largest selection of quality pre-lit Christmas trees, every size, shape, and color, and plenty of decorations to make your home shine for the holidays. Christmas Traditions by Lux Art Silks, where more is merrier. Visit us on New 301, just a quarter mile north of University Parkway.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
Come see the Crystal Classic International Sand Sculpting Festival November 11th through 15th on Siesta Beach. Check out the Crystal Classic Party Tent, produced by Siesta Key Chamber of Commerce and Moat Marine. Details including remote parking via SCAT. Visit siestakeycrystalclassic.com.
Now to a developing story out of California. The Marine Corps says 2 jets have collided over the Pacific Ocean off San Diego. According to the NBC station in San Diego, one pilot was able to safely eject. The other landed safely at Naval Air Station North Island. Now a search and rescue effort has been launched to find that pilot who ejected. The FA-18 Hornets were taking part in a training mission when that mid-air collision happened.
The president of State College of Florida, Manatee Sarasota, says she is confident the campus will be able to meet growth demands. In our series Suncoast 2037, we're looking at how the local college system may change in the next 20 years. SCF has already seen a lot of change over the past years. In 2009, the school changed its name from Manatee Community College to SCF and started offering bachelor's degrees. However, SCF President Dr. Carol Probsfeld says the 2-year degrees and workforce focus will continue to be the core of the school, and she believes enrollment will continue to grow.
If we've learned anything in my 13 years here and that I anticipate will continue for the next 20 to 25 years, it's that the students' desires on how they want to be engaged and how they want to learn are going to continue to evolve, and I think we've got a facility that's going to allow us to continue to evolve.
Right now, Dr. Probsfeld says SCF has 10,000 credit-seeking students and 12,000 non-credit-seeking students.
Some middle school students on the Suncoast are showing their appreciation to those who have served in the armed forces. McIntosh Middle School holding its annual Salute to Veterans ceremony today. The drum corps, band, and chorus performing. And to show their gratitude, students also read thank you notes to the veterans who attended. One student we talked to says her entire family has served in the armed forces.
Are role models for everyone in America. Everyone in America should look up to them because they are the essence of the American dream.
I think that we're the kind of campus that we are enthusiastic about people. We're enthusiastic about our country, about learning and giving back. And that's so important. And our students have great hearts of giving back.
Color guard from Sarasota High School's junior ROTC program carried the American flag. The theme for this year's Veterans Day ceremony in the city of Sarasota is "We thank you for your service." The annual Veterans Day parade in downtown Sarasota is set for this Friday, November 11th, starting at 10 a.m. Our military men and women, veteran service organizations, police officers, firefighters, students, and others will all take part in the parade. It will begin at Main Street and Osprey Avenue. Afterwards, a ceremony will be held at Selby Five Points Park. The parade and ceremony continues Sarasota's long-standing history of honoring our military personnel. Always well attended.
Yes, and always a great day to thank you.
A lot going on, too. You've got the Crystal Classic, the sand sculpting contest taking place, also the Chalk Festival. I'm sure they'll have some works on display there of the military representing the veterans. That's always a good thing there.
Alzheimer's Walk.
We're also on tomorrow. It's the birthday of the Marine Corps, too.
Oh,
so that's a big day as well. We are looking at the nice weather for all those events taking place outdoors. We're going to see skies clear out here eventually. Venway's webcam showing some clouds moving in throughout the late afternoon, and not much rain associated with these clouds, but it is a weak cold front at that. It will be noticeably cooler in the mornings, too, especially on Saturday and Sunday mornings. You may need a jacket if you have an early tea time as far as that goes, or a beach walk, because temperatures will be down into the mid-50s in some places. Now, this front is not very active in terms of rainfall, and it's not moving that far south right now, and that means it's kind of getting held up right now over north central Florida. But there will be a little push of energy to the south coming tomorrow morning early, and then eventually this will all clear out of here and things should start to clear out and turn a little bit cooler. Right now, some light rain falling across parts of Sarasota County. Not a lot, just a few brief showers around, and we're not counting on a lot of rainfall later on tonight as the whole system kind of shifts on down to the south and east of our particular area. Currently, we have a few clouds, 77 on the temperature. The dew point is at 60, the pressure 30.01 inches. And as far as the overnight forecast goes, cloudy skies to occasionally some light rain showers, and then we'll start to see some clearing. As I mentioned, by the late afternoon, we should see mostly sunny skies. 73 in Tallahassee, 69 degrees now in Jacksonville. It's 74 in Orlando, 77 in Miami, and a bit warmer in Key West. Temperatures around town. Bradenton, you're at 77, the same in Sarasota, Northport and Arcadia, 77 in Wauchula, Englewood at 75, Venice at 76. Now, the frontal boundary that was around yesterday, again, continues to move off toward the east. They're getting some rain and clouds from Maine all the way down into New Jersey and parts of the Mid-Atlantic coast states, but not too bad of a day across the central U.S. Little Rock now at 65, Charlotte 61. You can see temperatures not all that cold behind the front right now, and they're already through it, but they're in the mid-60s over parts of Alabama, Mississippi, and Georgia tonight. That wind flow out of the north there, though, you can see it quite clearly coming out of the north. We're still looking at that a little bit of a northeast wind at times, and then southwest right near the coast. As far as the overall forecast goes, though, the clearing skies begin tomorrow. That north wind follows, and then look for lower humidity around and comfortable temperatures. Highs will be pretty seasonal, pretty close to it or slightly below average for overnight lows especially. High temperatures will be just into the upper 70s for the most part. 43 in Buffalo. It's 57 in Boston right now and 61 in Omaha. Denver at 73, Wichita at 63 degrees, and Bismarck all the way up to 75 there in Bismarck, North Dakota. Dallas at 67 degrees. Well, the forecast for boaters tomorrow, northeast winds turn to the north. They start off at 15 knots in the morning and then subside to 5 to 10 knots in the afternoon. Seas right around 2 feet to 3 feet in the morning, subsiding somewhat, a moderate chop on the bays and inland waters. The water temperature now at 75 degrees, and a UV index will be a 7 tomorrow with the water temperature now at into the mid-70s. High tide upcoming 8:45, low tide will be at 3:26, sunset at 5:41. And the forecast tonight, mostly cloudy, a few showers are possible, will be cooler, temperatures in the low 60s, and then we will see looks like mostly cloudy in the morning, then mostly sunny in the afternoon, high of 81. Back to normal basically as far as temperatures go, and slightly below that, the 55-degree reading on Saturday morning, and then temperatures climb just a little bit, and then another front will keep us on the cooler side. Back to you, Scott.
Okay, Bob, thank you so much. And Suncoast Traffic Watch at this hour. There's a crash in Sarasota County. This is at the interchange of Clark Road and I-75. As you can see, it's impacting traffic on Clark Road as you head to the east. Slow going as you approach the interstate in that area. Haley?
Thank you, Scott. In Health News tonight, could having children age you? Women in a study published in the journal Live Science who said that they had given birth to at least one child had telomeres that were about 4% shorter on average than those who had never given birth. The researchers looked at the genetic material inside women's cells, specifically the length of their telomeres. Those are caps on the ends of chromosomes that protect the chromosomes from damage. One hypothesis is that having children increases stress levels, and high stress has been linked with shorter telomeres. Music therapy may help relieve the chronic pain related to cancer and other conditions. That's according to a review of Women's University in South Korea of almost 100 studies. People getting the music intervention in their trial rated their pain intensity about 1 point lower after music sessions compared to groups that got no music. Some of the studies found a significant decrease in anesthetic use in music groups. Heart rate, blood pressure, and respiration rate were also found to be lower among participants in those music groups. Music may divert people's attention away from pain by stimulating other senses, and its soothing quality relieves stress and anxiety. Coming up next, tragedy on a railway, the circumstances surrounding a deadly derailment in London. Plus a victory cake, why the cake creator is defending her Donald Trump depiction. That's coming up next.
ABC 7, your Suncoast News. We're here for you weeknights at 5.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. And services.com, AND services.com.
Whether you're a homeowner looking for a professional installation or a contractor looking for top quality products, Sarasota Glass and Mirror can meet your every need.
For 42 years, Sarasota Glass & Mirror has been the area's premier supplier and installer of quality glass products for your home or business. As an authorized PGT WinGuard dealer, we know how to protect your home with everything from the PGT WinGuard impact-resistant windows and doors to shower enclosures and decorative mirrors. The Sarasota Glass & Mirror team has the knowledge to tackle any project.
Hello, I'm Jamie DiDomenico with Cool Today, Plumbing Today, and Energy Today. Here on the Suncoast, taking care of people is more than a slogan. It's a way of life. On Tuesday, November 15th, do your part and show that the Suncoast cares. Come by the Suncoast Blood Bank from 7 a.m. to 2 p.m. and donate one or more of these important items needed by local organizations, including a life-saving blood donation. For more details, visit suncoastcares.org. That's Tuesday, November 15th from 7 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the Suncoast Blood Bank. See you there.
The official salon of ABC7.
If you have a suspicion for harboring prostate cancer, we have a way of diagnosing by using an exquisite instrument called three-dimensional color flow power Doppler ultrasound. Using this system, we can identify abnormalities within the prostate that you could otherwise never detect. The Dottoli Cancer Center is the only center in the southeastern United States which has this technology. If you have prostate cancer, we will find it.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. Our promise means a new car you'll love. If not, return it for one you do. At Sarasota Ford, we promise live market pricing. We monitor national pricing on our entire inventory, so you get the best deal. In fact, we guarantee it. Bring us any competitor's ad and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
Overseas investigators are trying to determine what caused a tram to derail in London. 5 people were killed, more than 50 others hurt in this derailment this morning. The 2-carriage train tipped on its side next to an underpass. It took workers more than 6 hours to pull passengers out of that wreckage. Police have arrested a man who could be responsible. That's the tram's driver. It's believed to be the first fatal tram crash in the UK since 1959. Back in the States, a massive fire engulfs a steel plant in New York State. Witnesses nearby say explosions could be heard before the roof collapsed and a black plume of smoke could be seen for miles. The plant is just south of Buffalo in the area of Lackawanna. Hundreds of firefighters worked to control the blaze. No one was hurt, and the cause of that fire is not yet known.
Another fire breaking out in California at a plastic recycling plant. The fire was pretty close to an elementary school, but firefighters were able to contain it. Neighbors were warned to stay away from the area. It took firefighters from 2 towns to put it out, and no one was hurt, and the cause of that fire is also being investigated. And after a stunning election victory, what better way than to celebrate with a cake of yourself? Trump's confection was a life-size bust of the president-elect. It was delivered to his hotel just hours before his victory party. The cake creator has been criticized on social media for making him look so bad, but she says that was not her goal. Instead, she tried to capture his naturally serious face. But it really, I don't think it really looks like, I think the hair was off or something. The hair color, something just made it look,
yeah.
I think it's too blonde. It's not like, not orange enough or
Donald probably said, don't touch the hair.
Right,
Yeah,
right, you're right.
Eat around the hair.
But like someone had pointed out on the shows that I was watching till very early this morning, that those cakes usually look a lot better than they taste too.
Yeah.
You know, that fondant icing. So they'll probably just look at it. I don't know about eating that thing, but
Put it under the glass case.
in the
with hat.
case with the hat, right? Preserve it because you can freeze it or something. Well, still to come on your Suncoast News, more than $30 million for improvements in Venice.
How residents will benefit from the approved bond measures. That story coming up.
Gold fever has once again swept the nation. And everyone is rushing to Florida to strike it doubly rich. Introducing the $5 million Gold Rush Doubler. We're doubling cash prizes for over $752 million in payouts and 36 prizes from $1 million to $5 million. The Florida Gold Rush is on. The Florida Lottery, just imagine.
So many possibilities worth exploring. Manasota Flooring.
Looking for carpet? Look no further. Manasota Flooring has Smart Strand carpet as low as $1.79 per square foot. Installed, no add-ons or extras. Unbelievable? Manasota Flooring can have in-stock carpet installed in your home in 48 hours for as low as $1.99 per square foot. Don't miss these prices. Visit Manasota Flooring today.
Alex Karras Lincoln's holiday sales event is here. Drive a brand new 2017 Lincoln MKC Sports Utility for $269 per month, or a 2017 MKZ for $299 per month. We are proud to introduce the newest addition to the Lincoln lineup, the all-new 2017 Lincoln Continental. We have a great selection and ready for immediate delivery. Alex Karras Lincoln, affordable luxury. Winner of the prestigious 2015 President's Award, serving Florida's Sun Coast since 1978. We're located 2 miles north of the Sarasota-Bradenton Airport on US 41.
Enjoy fine wine, craft beer, and delicious foods, all while supporting a great cause at the 15th Annual Suncoast Food and Wine Festival, Saturday, November 12th from 1 to 4 p.m. at the Sarasota Polo Club. Taste hundreds of wines from around the world and sample cuisine from the area's finest restaurants. Watch live cooking demonstrations from local chefs and take part in a silent auction to bid on creative prize packages that will delight any foodie or wine connoisseur. The event will feature live music by Kettle of Fish. There's free parking, and all proceeds benefit a variety of local charities and Rotary Club projects. Don't miss this year's Suncoast Food and Wine Festival, Saturday, November 12th from 1 to 4 p.m. at the Sarasota Polo Club. For tickets and information, visit suncoastfoodandwinefest.com.
They care. They take the time to understand you, take the time to understand your case.
There's no better satisfaction to me than to see a client who is happy because of the job we've done for them.
It's really actually very comforting to know that there's someone that you've heard of and you're getting recommendations about that you can turn to when you have a problem.
I felt like I had a partner in this, and he was going to be by my side.